Okay, so it looks like we're back. Sorry for the interruption there. Yeah, as we were saying, so if I let these guys sit on their, but this is my view of it. They've got superior naval capacity, and they've got equivalent technology, which means if they invest in their navies, they're going to be able to cause problems for me. And if I attack them now, I'm basically going to be able to take advantage of the difference between our navies. I'll be able to claim some relatively, relatively good territory from them. And more importantly, I'm going to be able to prevent them from expanding out while, of course, I continue to build up my own capacity. So let's just take a quick second and see whether or not I can actually pull this off. So I'll start with a bare necessity. So I need 224 for that. And then if I wanted, I'll say absolute security, we'd add this to the expansion pack. This is a really greedy run, but I mean, I could in theory also add this to that's 48. I could in theory add this to sort of the expansion plans. At which point I'd just sort of, I mean, that's not terrible, actually. So the nice thing about this is that Aras and Edervang would be the major choke points. Oh, that's not true, actually. Man, I want so much stuff from them. This would be bordered to an ally. So I could actually go even more aggressive and try and claim Akamar. I mean, this would pretty much grind my expansion to a halt to the right, but I sure would feel good about just chowing down on all this territory. So resource-wise, Akamar I don't think is worth 80 influence. This absolutely is worth it because of the 7 energy. So this is going to be a huge hit on my influence, but I'm actually going to make these claims. And the die is cast at this point. So again, we were talking about the Thucydides Trap. I see these guys as an emerging power. They're going to have a navy that, I mean, they already have the means of generating a superior navy to me. So the next few rounds are going to be me trying to generate as many energy credits as I can to be able to afford a war with this weaker enemy. And I'm effectively going to be relying on the possibility that I'm able to sort of claim this planet and take on all of these systems before they're able to build a navy that can defend themselves. If they're not. So if I was in a multiplayer game and I saw a player like me do this, and I knew that I had a stronger navy, I would immediately be throwing all of my resources into naval production. Because if they can do it, this is the big thing, if they can get it to a point that our navies are equal, I won't go to war with them. And of course, once their navies are equal, then that just gives them all the more reason to put even more resources into their naval capacity, because then they'll have a stronger one, and they can start taking some claims on me. They can take this belt along here, and I'm basically kicked out of their territory. I'm not going to be able to, I mean, they'll have a choke point at Roshan, and it'll take me a while to expand out my territory like this. So if I'm going to be doing this move, I need to do it now, and I've sort of tipped my hand influence-wise here. State your intentions, Newt. But that's the idea. And this is, I mean, a little bit, whether or not you like the Thucydides Trap sort of model of things, this is not a bad example of sort of how these things turn out. Like, if you feel that the question is not if but when, you this is where wars can start. This is probably a very good example about why you would see something like a US invasion of Iraq, that if you feel that there's conflict with that regime is inevitable, then your choices effectively are, do we do this invasion now, or do we wait for them to choose the terms under which we fight? And I think, this isn't to justify that decision, but this would be one sort of way that you can sort of, for lack of a better term, make sense out of a decision that a lot of people would think is obviously wrong. So the idea here being that, when faced with these equally unpalatable options, you choose the one that will keep you ahead. So the other thing too, of course, is that I, unlike a benevolent country like the United States, I am a barbaric despoiler. So I don't necessarily have the same restrictions on my ethics. So we've got a shipyard with crew quarters. We're good there. Elgor is building a trading hub. It's also got its crew quarters, so we're good there. Armpal Deer is generating an off-world trading company, which will gain me additional energy credits. I think it's 2 more. Also another off-world trading company, and we don't have enough resources for that yet. I'm waiting on another 100. So notice our mineral resources went down. That's because I've taken my fleet to the north. I should have explained this too. So the way that I normally start a game like this is I just go through my outliners. So Camdor, what I want to pay attention to here is there anything that I can sort of do with my planet at the moment to improve it? Well, I can upgrade this building, but it's not being worked on right now, and I'm a little shy for mineral resources. Also, it's going to cost more energy once this starts being worked on, so it's not terrible that I'm not building on here. Ampal has a helpful little icon describing a lack of improvement here. The reason I haven't built this yet is I don't have the zoo technology, so I'm just letting them work the 3 social on its own. I think I'm slightly tempted to make this person work an energy tile at the moment, even though I'd love more food for improving my growth. I'm still not sure whether or not I want to exterminate this species or not. Right now we're living in harmony with them. And this will be a slave unit that builds up. I'm not building a mine yet, just because, again, I can use the mineral resources in more productive ways. And I'm really torn about this one, because I could, in principle, build a power plant and improve my my energy production. But I also... if I can get my energy problems dealt with through another means, I potentially could leverage this for more minerals. And as you can see, this is a fairly mineral-rich planet, so to be able to to specialize in that would be helpful. So I'm holding off on it for now, but that's probably not a wise decision. I will, above all, want to clear out this mountain range as quickly as possible, because this is basically 9 months away from completion. In reality, I'm not going to get 400 energy credits within 9 months. So there's basically just going to be this period of time where my population growth doesn't take advantage of this additional tile. But again, I'm going to be adding so many more resources to my coffers if I get this war done relatively quickly. So the priority really is to get these energy credits taken care of. So again, I'll worry about the another off-world trading company. That's one that I want to prioritize relatively quickly. And I think what I'm going to do here. Oh, this doesn't have. Oh, that's right. I don't have the energy to recruit a scientist, so this thing's just going to hang out for a little while. And then I've got 7 armies for an invasion of thriving green. Oh, that's right. We don't have the sensor technology to see what's going on there. So we're in okay shape, and we'll see what we can do as far as our naval capacity is concerned. As always, guys, if you have any questions about Stellaris, feel free to speak up. I would love to have more people play this game. I noticed that the I noticed that the Twitch viewing numbers for it are down a little bit, but I think that's just because we're sort of in between. I think it's because we're in between patches, and that sometimes your pitiful nation is living on borrowed time. The Zukagan Cabal will fall. It is inevitable. Inevitable. That is from the Yapthi High Kingdom. All right. I guess Bera makes. Oh well.
Construction complete.
Yeah, I'll build in Bera. Fidgeting, the near-sapient natives on Nihal Prime are causing a ruckus on the outskirts of our colony. Something about the Zukakan Cabal's continued presence here visibly agitates them, as packs of them scurry to and fro between the settlement's borders and some unknown point to the east. Drive them off gently if possible, and we've gained unity for that. Alright, so I think I will build here because they have the Commerce Exchange, which means I can probably build a building which will improve my my energy, and I think we'll expand out here as well. So this will have an initial energy cost for me, but it will carry with it the benefit that I'm going to be able to build some. I'm going to be able to build some improvements
Found.
immediately afterwards. A small and otherwise insignificant moon orbiting this gas giant appears to be on a trajectory that will soon result in a collision with its primary. So we'll take care of that. We've got an encounter in Rogilla. We have encountered some form of alien vessels in the Yogrilla system. These strange objects have been flagged as the Pei aliens until we can learn more about them. We should proceed with caution. Well, we'll do that research right now. We'll quickly run through some of these other items. So we've got 2 idle construction ships at the moment. It's a tough call with the ship at Baldirk. So one argument would be I should keep expanding out. I will, except for I'm going to build some more energy mining stations, even if they get taken by pirates. I'll at least gain the energy for the time. Like I'll basically, for the time being, I'll have that that surplus energy. And, I mean, I'm going to be moving my fleets to that area anyway, so. All right, we've encountered, oh yeah, we've got that. And this other construction ship finished its mining platforms. I sadly can't move out to claim either of the gates because I spent all of that money on, claims, or not, influence on claims, but I'll build mining stations in Izar because that'll give me an additional 6 energy. And I think we're caught up for... Yeah. And again, I'm holding off on a scientist not because I want to, but because it is wiser for me to make sure that my my fleets are in good shape before I go on any adventures. Okay, moving right along, let's take...
A foreign power is hailing us.
I'll add another corvette. After successfully translating their language, we've established communication with the Endura League. Diplomatic channels are now open and all hostilities have been terminated. The reason why I do this, I used to want to get as much... basically, I wanted to get as much social research out of the way as I could, but you do gain influence for contact, and that's particularly important when you want to expand your borders. It looks like these guys are actually in danger of claiming some of these gates, so I might want to consider sort of rushing out when I can. All right, so they are egalitarian spiritualists. They'll get along very well with the people who I want to wipe out. Chief Presenter Wadigus and the rest of the Religious Council bids you greetings. We provide spiritual guidance to the Endura League, and our stated goal is to lead this great nation on a path to salvation. Do not cross this path, and we may live in friendship. Our warriors salute them.
Construction.
All right,
complete.
so realistically, these guys are actually more likely to be friends now rather than enemies. These guys are very likely to be enemies. Fortunately, they have inferior fleet power.
Technology secure.
And they're not going to be claiming this territory anytime soon. So, terminal orbit. One of the many moons circling Saturn 3 has a terminal orbit. It will soon collide with the gas giant and was sure to become a massive impact event. This event has been millions of years in the making, and it is just a startling coincidence that the impact has been fated to occur just after a visit by one of our ships. Many of our scientists wish to observe and record the event, but we only have a narrow window before it is too late. Am I going to be able to convince you to play this game yet, Jess? Let's take a quick look. Okay, so we built what we wanted. Borders closed. Okay, I'll take care of that in a minute, but let's get that off-world trading company built. Oh, not enough money.
Situation log updated.
So we will... I'm actually going to pause for a moment. Okay, good to know. So we'll research this. I basically just wanted to remember the path that this ship was taking. I don't directly have claim on all of this yet, but this is just a nice little, it's a nice little path to sort of confirm the contents of some planets I may want to colonize, and if I don't find anything interesting in here, then all of a sudden it's less of a priority for me to take them as opposed to the Raltec royal commonalities. Alright, establishing successful Granthium quarries poses unique challenges, as the malleable qualities of the ore make it difficult to mine, as difficult to mine as it is attractive. Alright, so I can build starholds, which is very tempting, given the fact that I'm having some capacity problems. I don't believe this will directly improve my ability to increase my starbase capacity, but it will allow me to build some more things like anchorages. I'm still a way off on living metal. 498 months is a bit of a while to wait. I hate doing this, but I actually think assembling patterns is what I want to do, just because it's the least expensive time-wise out of everything. So we'll move along there. And did I have anything else idle? Only my science ships, but that was for good reason. So we will carry on. Abandoned Gateway, an ancient space station of some kind, has been located on the edge of the Immelgran system. The strong residual subspace signature that surrounds the station indicates that it may be a gateway of sorts, part of a theoretical network of similar stations that at some point would have allowed near instantaneous travel between different parts of the galaxy. Assuming this is a gateway, its current state of disrepair has rendered it unusable. If it could be restored into working order, its owner could potentially be able to access any other functional gateways in the galaxy, enabling travel across huge distances in a matter of days. Where is that? Ah, so that's the, one we already knew about. Intriguing. So right now I'm just going to wait for this to turn over so I can build my new off-world trading company, which was free on the weekend if you guys got a chance to play it. It's very good economic RTS. And again, I don't mind spending, I definitely don't mind spending mineral resources to expand. It's energy resources that I'm going to be a little more careful about.
Construction complete.
Similar story here. I'll start by building out the energy resources. Although I'll very likely want to start focusing on expanding. We've evaluated Warlord Thucydides Trap as a candidate for joining the Zum entity. Sadly, we must inform you that membership requires a rudimentary brain. Savage. So what I'm waiting on right now, the Greki Armada is going to take a while to get to the capital. Once they get to the capital, I think I'll have enough energy. Notice I'm up to 24 a turn now, so this tends to move up fairly rapidly. In fact, I think I'm going to take advantage of this. If I have a cheap one, ooh, it's 200 energy. I think I'm still going to go for it, and we'll get the carefree scientist. Complete. We were successful in our attempt to record the collision between Sasson 3 and its moon. The event was captured by several different angles and transmitted live throughout our space. Most importantly, our scientists under the leadership of Lishmi Sash were able to record a large amount of valuable physics data that will surely benefit our research. Sorry guys about the frame drops, if they're happening to you. I'm actually very annoyed at my ISP for that. Because I keep getting these reassurances that one, it's my fault, and two, that they don't throttle and things like that, and yet I keep encountering events like this. So this is a bit of a risky move because I did spend 200 energy on Scientist, which isn't directly tied to this war goal. But the fact of the matter is I am still going to want to explore... I am still going to want to explore the galaxy. I'm still going to want to gain sort of a technological advantage where I can. So I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to kind of get to this point where I'm like, if it's not related to my navies, I don't care about it. And so, you know, with that in mind, I'll do it. I just want to make sure that I don't, I kind of don't frivolously spend energy resources. Oh dear. Just give me a quick second here. So I'm getting another indicator that I have a big frame drop. So I'm going to do a quick diagnostic. Site can't be reached, huh? Sorry about this, guys. I'm just taking a minute to... Yeah, well, I'm definitely not getting the speeds advertised. So, for those of you who do not want an ISP in Canada, Rogers is an excellent choice for people who hate the internet. Okay, we're stable for now, but if you guys could let me know if there's any problems seeing the cast, and I'll try if I can. Oh, I'm getting hit again. All right, I'm gonna take the stream down one more time, and I'm going to I'm gonna try a different server. Sorry about this, guys. We'll be back one more time, one more second. Actually, see, it's stabled out again, but okay. I'm gonna try it here. If I get hit with another spike, I'll shut it down and try a new server. Of course, right as I say that, I get hit again. Okay, guys, I'm gonna shut it down. Sorry about this. I'm gonna see if I can find another Twitch server that works a little bit better, and we'll be back momentarily.